I'm Alex Paulton. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Talking Timepieces, where we talk about watch collecting and horology. Today, I'm lucky. Got another nice watch from our friends at Charming Time. I got the new Omega Speedmaster. This is a sapphire sandwich version. And we'll do a little unbox and first impressions. I'm not going to do a review of it because it doesn't belong to me. I don't have the time to really get into it. But I do have the original, not the original, but I mean I have a hesalite Speedmaster myself, and we'll do some close-up comparisons between the two watches, the old and the new. And yeah, we'll have a nice look at this watch. I do think that, again, you know, I've been complaining about how pricing is going through the roof on all kinds of watches, but I think this will probably drop a little bit in the aftermarket in a couple of years. You know, just like you can get a good used Speedy for $3,000 to $4,000, you'll probably still be able to get a good used Speedy for $3,000 to $4,000 in the future. So let's turn the camera around and take a close look. Omega Speedmaster comes in a nice box. Ooh, the packaging is very reminiscent. The packaging is very reminiscent of the old Speedmaster packaging, with the exception that it's not huge. I have the old Speedmaster. I have a hesalite, and it came in a humongous box that looked like this one, but this is much more reasonable for your closet. There it is. Very nice piece. Oh my goodness, it's pretty. Now, okay. Now, very nice. Now let's compare it side by side with the old hesalite. Okay. Here, we'll put it down. Put them down like that. And we'll zoom in a little bit. So here we have the two together. They look very similar, but you can see subtle but specific differences between the two watches. The general shape, obviously, is the same. This looks like your traditional sapphire sandwich. It does have the beautiful exposed movement. Beautiful piece. It does say around the edge. Chronometer, first watch on the moon, co-axial movement, and that's the big difference between these two watches, is that this one, well, the hesalites didn't have a sapphire back, except for 1 year, or actually one model year they had. A couple of years you could get one with a hesalite face and a sapphire back. A friend of mine in Brooklyn has one. I envy him for it, but I like the hesalite, the look of the hesalite over the look of the sapphire. You see, you can actually see the difference in the way the light strikes it. But frankly, this is a really nice piece and notable successor to the, I would say, venerable line, literally the coolest watch in existence. I mean, there are better watches out there. There are more valuable watches out there. There are more accurate, better performing, highly finished. But there is no watch cooler until somebody saves a couple of astronauts. Yeah, no, there's nothing cooler. Maybe on the Mars mission we might come across something newer. Now, it comes on this black leather strap, very clean and simple. But as we all know, the Speedmaster is a strap monster and can take anything, and Omega sells quite a few nice straps for it. As I was saying, it is a sapphire bezel. Let me get this thing on. Yep, sapphire, and the back, sapphire. I mean, obviously, no sapphire. It's hesalite plastic. So if we look at it very closely, the new one, you can see the differences in the texturing of the face. You can see the differences in the texturing of the face. Has a little bit of a pie pan look, a little nod homage towards the Constellation, Globemaster and such. And it still has the recessed subdials, but very subtle differences to the face and also to the script. You now have an applied Omega symbol as opposed to a painted on Omega symbol. And, this got the famous dot over the 90 that everybody wants. All in all, it's just a really nice piece. I mean, it's a little expensive. Everything's getting expensive nowadays. The watch market is really creeping up at the high end. So I would say for the money, it's still a fantastic piece. And now that it has the coaxial movement, it is of a movement caliber now for the price point as well. So I would have no qualms about buying this at retail. The nice thing about this watch is it is a reasonable price at retail. Even this version at I think around 7K or so. If you compare it to any other in-house advanced chronograph available on the market, you're not really talking about a significant price hit. And of course, it is a Speedmaster. So, like I said, my biggest complaint is the price. I mean, I would rather that it was, say, for example, a $5,000 or $6,000 watch. But then again, a couple thousand more to get this level of fit and finish and to get this level of chronograph movement. I mean, because now, of course, since it has the top of the line Omega technology in it, coaxial and non-magnetic, amagnetic escapement. This is also METAS certified, I believe, and it is anti-magnetic to 15,000 Gauss. It may not be directly this specific model may not be specifically METAS certified. I'd have to look that up in the documentation, but the technology within it is, of course, the same in all of the other advanced Omega movements. So all in all, it's a beautiful piece. It's definitely a worthwhile successor to the Speedmaster. And since it is an Omega and not a Rolex, you should be able to get it in a couple of years in the aftermarket at a reasonable price. You could get a Speedmaster like this in the $3,500 to $4,000 range used. And I have no doubts that this will eventually fall down to that used price range as well. But frankly, if you do not have a Speedmaster in your collection, you should get one. It is a strap monster. It is a beautiful watch. It is full of history. And as a quick mention about the history, if you don't know, the reason I say about the saving astronauts' lives is during the Apollo 13 disaster, which is why Omega has the Snoopy Award. The ship's computers were out, so they had to time the 14-second burn to get back home with their issue Omega Speedmaster. So considering it's a 14-second burn, a 10% diversion would be over a second of deviation, which means it would have burned up in the atmosphere or bounced off into deep space. So yes, the Speedmaster deserves all the accolades it has. And like I said, this is a very good modern interpretation of it. So that's my first impressions of this piece. I mean, I may have different impressions if I had it for a while, but this watch is on loan from my good friends at Charming Time, charming-time.de, and I'm glad I had an opportunity to get a hands-on first look at it. So let's flip the camera around and close out the episode. So that was the Speedmaster, the new one. Oh, there we go. The new Speedmaster, really nice piece. And like I said, it, a little pricey, but can be understandable in the current market of inflating watch prices. And since it isn't that nefarious company whose watches always gain in value, you'll probably be able to get it at a decent price in a couple of years in the aftermarket the way you can a standard Speedmaster. I mean, this is the new standard, so it's just going to go forward as a legacy of a great watch in a new iteration with a better movement and materials. So let's hope that the mechanical watch continues to live for another few generations. And if this is any sign, it will. You all have a great time, and thanks for taking the time to watch.